Hello, my super kids. Welcome back to another lesson on quantitative reasoning. We are going to be looking at exercises 7 and 8. And in this lesson, you will be learning about indices and roots in the first lesson. And in the second, you are going to be talking about Venn diagrams, the concepts and application. Alright, let's look at the first exercise, exercise 7. The concept used in exercise 7 is indices and roots. First, we are going to look at the indices. Okay, we want to see what indices are. However, it is good to note that indices are numbers that has powers or numbers that have index. For example, 2 to the power of 3 means 2 multiplied by 2 in 3 places. That is 2 times 2 times 2. Okay, so you can see the 3, and it means you multiply 2 in 3 places. This is what we call indices. Then we want to also look at the opposite of indices, which is roots. Roots. Now this is the symbol of roots. Now when no number is attached to it, it is called square root. For example, square root of 16 is looking for a number that will multiply itself to give you 16. Alright, so that is what square root. Now if we try to break it down in twos, just like we did in the previous example, we are going to have 2 in 4 places. So we can pair them up and have the square root of 4 times 4, or 4 by 4. Alright, so if we have 4 by 4, then the rule is that we pick one out of the 2 to get the square root. Therefore, the square root of 16 is 4. Alright, the square root of 16 is 4. So this is square root. Square root is the opposite of square of numbers. So 4 can also be written as 2 raised to power 2. That's 2 times 2. So square root of 16 is the same thing as 4, and 4 squared is the same thing as 16. Alright, so this is the relationship between square and square root. Now let's get down to the main problem. Now we have a V lying down with 3 numbers at the ends. We have a 2, a 3, and a 9. So if we wish to find the relationship and we want to get the value of 9 using the 2 and the 3. Alright, now the square of 3. So the 3 is raised to the power of 2. So it means multiplying 3 in 2 places. So when we do that, what do we get? We get a 9. So that means 3 squared is 9. So this is how we get the 9. Alright? Okay. Now let's go back. If, for example, we wish to get the 3, and we need to make use of the 9 and the 2. Okay? So what kind of root are we going to make use of? Is the root of 2, which is called square root. So the square root of 9 is therefore a number that will multiply itself to give us 9, and that is definitely 3. 3 times 3, that's 3 multiply itself in 2 places. Take note of that. And so we have a 3. Okay, the square root of 9 is 3. So finally, how do we get the 2? Using 3 and 9. So what we do is to think of the index of 3 that will give you a 9. So when you look at it, you know the index definitely has to be 2. That is multiplying 3 in 2 places. So that will give us a 9. Alright, so it means 2 is the missing number. 2 is the missing number. Okay, now we are done with this. Let's go to the next exercise, which is exercise 8, example 1. So what are Venn diagrams? They are rectangles and circles that are used to show information about set of items. Alright, okay, so in this example 1, we are going to be looking at 2 subsets, although we have 2 or 3 subsets. Alright, but when we say 2 subsets, it means it has 2 circles. Alright, 2 circles representing different items. Now in this example, pupils in a class, some offer mathematics and some offer English. Some offer both mathematics and English. Now the circled part in English represent those that offer only English, while the ones circled in mathematics represent those that offer mathematics only. Alright, so but the number at the middle, alright, represent those that offer both mathematics and English. So this is the relationship between these numbers. Now if we are asked what part represent people who offer mathematics only, alright, mathematics only, we just go back to the diagram and look at the picture. Now in mathematics you have 7. Alright, you can see the 7 circled. Alright, that is the number that represents mathematics only. So 7 pupils offer mathematics only. Now also English. So if we are asked how many pupils offer English only, okay, so what we did in mathematics is what we are also going to do in English. So we also look at how many people offer English only from the diagram. Now let's go back to the picture. So you can see 8 is the number. Alright, so you simply write down 8. So Venn diagram questions are not difficult at all. Now the center part represents something. What does it represent? Well, we said that before. It represents both mathematics and English. Alright, so if you are asked to find the number that represents both mathematics and English, that is, pupils who offer mathematics and English, so you simply write down English and mathematics, or simply put both English and mathematics. Alright, so let's go back to the diagram again. Alright, what do we see there? The number is 5. The number is 5. Alright, so that means if we are asked to write or find the number of pupils that offer both mathematics and English, we simply put 5. Alright, another question that can be asked from this Venn diagram is to tell how many pupils are in the class. Pupils in the class. So how do we get this? We simply add up all the numbers in the Venn diagram. We add up all the numbers in the what? Venn diagram. So what we do is to take down the number each and add them up. So let's start with the 7. That is the number of people that offer maths only. Then we add it up to those that offer both mathematics and English, and then also add those that offer English only. So what is the result? 20. So there are 20 pupils in the class. Now let's look at example 2 in exercise 8. In this case, we are still talking about Venn diagram, but 3 subsets. So that means 3 circles, as we can see in this picture. This is a class where we have pupils who offer drama, some offer music, and others French. So we represent them by letters D, F, and M. Now this place circled blue represent the following. For example, you can be asked to find the portion that represent drama only, that is D, or the portion that represents French only, or the part that represents music only. Alright, so we are trying to look for the number of pupils that offer these subjects only. They don't take any other. They take one subject only. That is represented by the blue circles. For example, for drama, from what we can see there, 3. For French, 8 pupils, and for music, 4 pupils. Alright. Now let's look at another 3 parts out of the 7. We have looked at the first 3, but this time we are looking at the side that intersects but does not cut across the 3. Only 2. Okay. Now this time we are looking at 2 subjects only. 2 subjects only. Remember, we have 3 subjects altogether, but we have pupils who offer 2 subjects only. They do not offer 3. Alright, so that is where we are looking at right now. So for example, drama and music only. How many pupils offer drama and music only? Also, how many pupils offer drama and French only? So we're also going to look at that part. We also write down the number. Then the last one is going to be how many pupils offer music and what? French only. Music and French only. So these are the 3 portions we want to look at now. Let's go back to the diagram. Now, when you look at the diagram, it is very clear. They are circled in blue, the numbers that represent these 2 parts. Pupils who offer 2 subjects only. Alright? They are circled in blue. Now let's take them to the board. Alright? First, drama and music only is 1 pupil. Drama and French only is 2, and music and French only is 5. Alright, now finally is the middle. How many pupils offer the 3 subjects? Okay, so normally we ask this question like this: how many pupils offer all the 3? Alright, all the 3 subjects. So what we do is to go to where the 3 subjects intersect, or the 3 circles intersect. Alright, and that is at the middle. That is at the middle. So all the 3 subjects. All the 3 subjects. Now let's find out from the diagram. Yes, 6 is the number. So we simply put down 6. Okay, so this is how we answer questions on Venn diagram. Now the last question is going to be how many pupils are in the class. How many pupils are in the class? As we did in the first example, we are expected to add up all the numbers in the Venn diagram. So whenever we are asked how many people are there altogether, we must count or add up all the numbers in the what? The Venn diagram. So pupils in class. Now let's find out. Look at the numbers very well, as we are going to start adding them up now. So now let's add them up. We have 3 plus 4 plus 8. These are the numbers that represent pupils who offer one subject only. Now let's look at pupils who offer 2 subjects only. The places circled black. Yes. So these are the numbers. Now let's take them to the board. We also add those ones up. We have plus 1 plus 2 plus 5. Then finally, the pupils that offer the 3 subjects, or the 3, is very obvious, is 6. So we add up everything. So when we add up, we are going to get 29. If we add up correctly, we will get what? 29. So altogether there are 29 pupils in the class. 29 pupils in the class. So this is all we are going to take on this video. Attempt the questions in your quiz, do your assignments, and prepare for the next class. I'll see you in the next class. Bye.